Hey, what's up guys, I'm back with a brand new speed test. It's time to check out the performance of the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE against the Xiaomi 11T Pro. And the Xiaomi 11T Pro has a Snapdragon 888 SoC with a 12 GB of RAM, while the S21 FE has a Exynos 2100 SoC with 8 GB of RAM. On the back we have a triple cameras on both phones. On the Xiaomi we have 108 megapixel main camera with 8 megapixel ultra wide. Also we have a 2 megapixel which is a macro lens, while on the Samsung we have a 12 megapixel with optical image stabilization main camera. Also we have 12 megapixel ultra wide. We also have a 8 megapixel which is a telephoto lens which give you a 3x optical zoom. And the back of the Xiaomi 11T Pro is made up of glass, while on the Samsung we have a plastic back. And the frame on both phones is made up of aluminium. We have fingerprint scanner on the side on the Xiaomi versus the in-display on the S21 FE. On the bottom, no headphone jack on both these two devices, although we have dual speakers on both phones. So I am really excited to see that how it's a Exynos 2100 is gonna stack up against the Snapdragon 888. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. And guys, now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Here we go. Logos came up first on the Samsung, and both phones is running on Android 12. We have Samsung One UI version 4.1 versus the MIUI version 13. Latest software on both phones. Let's see who is going to be the fastest one. And the S21 FE is more faster when it comes to booting up, and the 11T Pro also right behind there. About 1 second difference between these two devices when it comes to booting up. Now let's talk about the displays. On the S21 FE we have 6.4 inch Full HD Plus dynamic AMOLED with 120Hz refresh rate, while on the 11T Pro we have 6.67 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display which can produce up to 1 billion colors, also with 120Hz refresh rate as well. And both phones also has a punch hole on the center, and you can see which is really small on both phones. And the bezels, it is more smaller on the S21 FE. Everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. Opening up phone dialer, that is very similar. So next on the list is the settings, that is also very similar, I would say. Now let's go to the display, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate on both phones. Now check out some more application. Now let's opening up Amazon shopping, and that is a little more faster on the 11T Pro. Let's see the scrolling, and that is feels really smooth on both phones. So now let's open this. Faster on the Samsung this time. Again, in terms of the scrolling wise, both phones is performing absolutely smooth. So now check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. Exactly the same on both phones. Let me show the speakers. Here is the 11T Pro with max volume. And here is the S21 FE. The speaker, it is more better on the 11T Pro 5G. More louder, has a more bass. Instagram, similar. Less is Snapchat. Faster on the Samsung, less is Subway Surfer. Little more faster on the 11T Pro, but not a huge difference. Now let's opening up the Temper N2, and Temper N2 is faster on the S21 FE, and you can see the performance is back and forth between these two devices. Now let's opening up the Tutor, that is faster on the Samsung. Now let's open Zedge, that is very similar. Scrolling feels really smooth on both phones, no lag whatsoever. Now let's opening up the PUBG Mobile. Again we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 SoC versus Exynos 2100, and 11T Pro faster there, and you can see half a second difference there. Opening up the pinout. Pinout is very similar, I would say. Let's see Spotify, faster on the 11T Pro. So last time I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Let's see who is going to be the fastest one, and that is very similar on both phones. In terms of the camera wise, S21 FE is a more better phone. Now let's look at the front camera. So the front camera, I feel it is more better on the Samsung as far as the colors are concerned. Now let's see internet browsing speed. I am seeing the fast Samsung internet browser on the S21 FE versus a Google Chrome on the 11T Pro. So now let's open this Wikipedia. That is very similar, but we have, so now let's see the scrolling, really smooth. Before I open different things, now let's open this, and that is very similar. Let's see the scrolling feels really smooth. Next on the list is the apple.com, and that is very close battle, but the 11T Pro is faster there. Scrolling wise, same result. 120 Hz is really optimized, no issue whatsoever. So now check out RAM management on both phones. On the S21 FE we have 8GB of RAM, while on the 11T Pro we have 12GB of RAM. Phone dialer, settings, Amazon shopping. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, Instagram, Snapchat. That seems like refresh. Subway Surfer, no refresh. Temper 2, opening up the Twitter, no refresh. Zedge, that is seems like refresh. It is a half refresh, I believe. Let's see PUBG Mobile. And both phones is give you a smooth graphics with extreme frame rate, but I would say that the performance is more better as well as more stable on the 11T Pro. Let's see Pinout, Spotify. At last we are back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see. And guys, what I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the 11T Pro 5G overall I would say is a little bit more faster phone only in the game uploading time, but you can see in system based application both phones is performing very similar in that area. In terms of the RAMage wise, in that area both phones also performing incredible, not a single refresh on both phones. And also on the 11T Pro we have 5000 mAh battery size with 120 watt fast charging, while on the S21 FE we have 4500 mAh battery size with a 25 watt fast charging support. But with the S21 FE we does not get any charger in the box. That's really disappointing. Also we have IP68 water and dust resistance versus IP53 rating on the 11T Pro. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE versus the Xiaomi 11T Pro. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.